Welcome to the Life of Joey Calvo Podcast. I am Joey Calvo. Please continue to help the victims of the Texas floods and the California wildfires. They really do need our help rebuilding after everything that happened. And so today I have the beautiful Rhayne Thomas with us today. And give me one moment. I have to get my cheat sheet up. Everything is slow here. She's a musician and a voluntary cancer spokesperson fundraiser since 1976, and she's a 13-year survivor herself. She's the creator of PrunesAreSexy and Prunes Making You Run for Breast Cancer, a wellness development platform, especially for women, to encourage supportive, positive living, laughter, and prunes. She's also founder of National Prune Day, which was June 15th, and a YouTube channel, A Few Seconds to Inspire. Rhayne, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Okay?
Glad to be here.
Okay, so explain, who is Rhayne Thomas? How did Rhayne Thomas get to where she is at right now? What led to it?
That's a very good question. I think it just kind of evolved on its own. I mean, I've been volunteering for cancer and breast cancer since I was a little kid, and also singing since I was a little kid. And with the help of social media, all of a sudden, everything is kind of caught up with each other. And here I am, the queen of the prunes, because that was my favorite fruit as a kid. Or prunes.
Okay, that would be my next question. I had the prunes coming back, but go ahead.
Yeah, because you had that look when you read it, like, okay, prunes. And when I tell people that that's my favorite fruit, they would just stare at me as if I said I committed mass murder. I'm like, they're good for you. They're gut health and bone health. Nobody wants to hear that. And so
I'm not a Prunes fan myself, so that's why I can say that.
See? So
yeah.
I decided years ago I was going to make the prunes sexy. And I came up with PrunesAreSexy, Prunes Making You Run for breast cancer. And it was easier to get the message across because, a lot of times when you say to people, you need to check your health and wellness, you can see when people check out when you start saying that. But when you say prunes are sexy, and people want to hear more, and it doesn't sound as scary. So as a result, I've created lots of prune fundraisers and prune talks, prune chats, of course, my prune platform, Instagram, YouTube, and it's all about just inspiring yourself to be well, as whatever that means to you.
Okay, so talk about your being a cancer survivor. What type of cancer, and what happened and how you felt during that time.
It's actually now this past July, it was 14 years. And it, like everybody else, doesn't run in my family. Nobody has cancer. I don't eat sugar, blah, blah, blah. And I was diagnosed when I was in Arizona visiting some friends because I went to doctors there. And I was shocked, just like most people. But because I had such an arsenal of tools from being in that arena for so long volunteering, I just went right to it. I was diagnosed on a Friday evening. I saw my doctors. I got all the tests done on Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday I was in surgery.
I'm sorry to interrupt a second. What type of cancer exactly?
Breast cancer.
It was breast cancer. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was looking for as you thought. Okay. All right. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And so, I was in there on Wednesday and, got everything straightened out. And then she said, you're going to need some radiation. So I had 45 rounds of that. So, and 2011, I spent a great deal of time in Arizona getting that all worked out while my husband was here in Las Vegas holding down the fort. I don't think I had enough time to be scared because I always tell people, be informed and not in fear. So even though you don't know what's going on, at least you have a handle on what might happen. And so I was just, plugging away. I'm like, let's get this done. I want to get this over with. And I just didn't give myself 5 minutes to think about it. I was just, as soon as I got the information and she said, be in her office at 7 a.m. on Monday, that would, let's get the ball rolling. And that's what I did.
Okay. All right. So you went through the chemo.
I didn't have chemo. I went through radiation.
Oh, radiation. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
So you went through the radiation, and you're a 14-year survivor. Congratulations on that, by the way. I've been blessed so far that it hasn't gotten bad on me. I mean, but mine's not cancer or anything. But it does run in my family. But it's not breast cancer. It was all other types of cancers. Prostate.
Cancer is cancer to me.
Yeah.
It's just an ugly monster.
Yeah. So like I said, I've been blessed that I haven't gotten there yet. In reference to it, but I lost a brother. Well, actually, I didn't lose him to cancer per se, but it started as cancer. It wound up as COVID, and he passed away of a stroke
Oh my goodness.
before his birthday.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry.
Yeah. And the thing is, he was the closest brother I had that I got to really spend time with. And he always reminded me, every year, that I ruined his 10th birthday. That's right, folks. Yeah, I ruined my late brother's birthday because my birthday is the same birthday as Elton John and Sarah Jessica Parker and the late Aretha Franklin, which is March 25th.
Okay.
So his birthday was August the 3rd. And so instead of a 10th birthday for him, it was a welcome home party for me because I came home from the hospital on his 10th birthday. So every year he reminds me that I ruined it because of that. And I used to get hurt for it because I'm like, the baby brother. I'm like, oh, like, I'm sorry, but, realizing it was out of my hands, I couldn't control it when I came home from the hospital and so on, But
kids.
It wound up being a running joke after that.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, he was the closest brother that was really supportive to me and now his kids are attempting to be their best at that. And so, like I said, I lost him to cancer. Or, well, not really to cancer. I mean, it was to cancer, but like I said, it went to COVID and he died of a stroke.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that.
He wasn't even 60.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. And it's like every year now, it's like it gets to me. Like I miss him because like he was like my casino partner. When I went to the casinos, he'd come up there with my sister-in-law, and I shocked him one day, and because we were at what's now called the Wind Creek Bethlehem. It was called Sands back then. And there's this. I play these Mr. Cashman slots. Well, this one's called Cashman Tonight. So I'm sitting there, and he's sitting next to me, and he starts to notice I'm playing $1.50. Like I'm really starting to play these high bets, and he's like, he just won a freaking $150. And just before that, I just hit a major for like 400 or 500 or something like that. And he was like amazed. He was like, damn. Now, if he would have been around for Christmas in 2001 in Atlantic City and saw how much I won, I probably would have killed him. I probably would have killed him because what happened was, and it was Christmas Day. I was in Atlantic City Christmas Day, and they do 5-time multipliers right around the end of Christmas. And I was not working at the time, or I wasn't working. I had filed for disability though during that time. And to make a long story short, I was playing $2.50 on a Cashman machine, and I got one of the bonuses where he pops up and he spins the wheels. He gave me 5 cats, which is the highest paying symbol on the machine. Plus, I had scatters and so on. $2,500 because he threw out the times 10 off of it, and it would end up being like $2,590. So if my brother was there, like I said, I would have killed him because he would have had the biggest heart attack for it after seeing that. I was even surprised. I'm lucky I didn't have a heart attack that day. And so, it wound up being a manual payout and all that. And I was just, and like you said, it was Christmas. So God was saying, hey, you need some help. Merry Christmas from me. It's my birthday present to you from my son, Jesus, and I turned around, and out of that, 2,500, I wound up coming home with 1,500 of it, but I was still blessed and still
That's
happy.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So and then because it was a 5-time tier points, I was near platinum already as a member. I was like within 1,000 points of being a diamond, and diamond would have gotten me really, really far at Harris and all that back then. So, so let's talk about the Prunes. Let's talk about how you got to what led you to be what really is Prunes Are Sexy. What's the phenomenon with Prunes Are Sexy?
It's just all about wellness. A lot of times when we think of wellness, we, especially in this era, we start thinking about taking medicines. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in that. Neither does my husband. We don't take any pills or any of that stuff. I believe the body is designed to heal itself. And I'm old school, where people didn't go get medicine. Even doctors would say, you don't need to take anything. What you need to do is drink this or add this to your diet or take that out of your diet. So for the prunes, a lot of people, they're always like, oh, it's for old people, but that's not true. That's what it's been attached to. They're actually very good for gut health and bone health. And if you know anything about your body, if your gut is screwed up, everything else is screwed up. So you got to get your gut in order. Mm-hmm. So, you can get on with the rest of what you have going on. So that's always my goal. Everywhere I go, everything I do, I make sure there are individual prunes there, because there are people who have never seen a prune. There are people who have never tasted a prune. And I want you to start incorporating this into your diet and your family's diet. I mean, they're great for kids. Kids love them because they're sweet and they're juicy. Mm-hmm. And it can take the place of candy and all the other sugary things that, have popped up in our diet over the last few centuries. So, or I should say for the last few decades. And that's what I want. That's to be the face of getting yourself together with just one thing. All you need is just one thing to start. And that would be the prunes.
Okay. All right. And so, in reference to that same reasoning would be for also the prunes making you run for breast cancer as
Absolutely.
Well.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So how can you best incorporate prunes into your diet? How can, like you said, I'm not a prune fan, so I can't, say, but someone turns around and it's like, prunes are good for breast cancer, or so how can they best incorporate that into their diet?
That's a great question, and it depends on what you eat. If you're somebody like me, I just get up in the morning and have a couple of prunes because I love the way they taste. If you're a raisin lover, you'll love prunes. They're just bigger and juicier. If not, if you're a smoothie person, then throw a couple in a smoothie because you won't even be able to taste them, but your smoothie will be a little bit sweeter. It's just, again, discipline. Grab, the individuals, because now you don't have to buy like a gigantic box. You can grab the individuals and just start off by eating one a day. That's all you need to do. And, you can kind of go from there. It's It's based on discipline, like everything else. Think of it as your magic pill.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Prunes, the magic pill. Interesting. Okay.
Sexy fruit, serious purpose.
Yeah. So where do we see ourselves in 5 years with this?
You know what? If I had my way, I would like to be the face on every prune bag. That's if I had my way.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, are you looking into maybe doing, setting up a group type thing, like a group, having like a group chat about like doing a group seminar on prunes, etc.?
You know what, Joey? I've been doing that for the last 25 years. People invite me out. They invite me out to talk about, as a musician,
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, how do you go from prunes to musician to prunes? But it's an easy platform because I sing the blues. And there's no better fruit to talk about in the blues than the prune. And it's simple. And I mean, I'm in parades. I'm in lots of stuff. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. So it's easy to kind of just, say to people, hey, I got some prunes with me. You need to try this. I mean, I'm in parades where I throw prunes out and people try them. So I'm just, I'm just keeping on the mission.
Yeah. And prunes are probably a high cost now these days with all the tariffs going on and so on.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself maybe going to write a book about prunes and expanding on that? Like, like you were mentioning about, how you're invited to parades and talks and stuff. Have you thought about writing a book on with prunes?
No, there's enough information out there. You just have to know where to find it. And of course, I've connected with all those people. And I actually talk to people. If you want to get a prune book, you should look at this person's book or that person's book. And they're not new. They're like old school books. So you'd have to go in to Amazon and just kind of look around. But there's a lot of information out there.
Okay. All right. So prunes are sexy.
Yes.
Prunes are healthy.
Yes.
Prunes will help you get through everything.
That's it right there.
Yes. Except for the host, in reference to that. Prunes are nothing to him because he's not into prunes. And even if I tried, I'm like one of the, I mean, I love sweet stuff. I mean, give me strawberries, I'm good. I'm actually starting to get into blueberries now. So.
They're good for you too.
Yeah.
Very good for you.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a special person that used to bring me blueberries, and I really didn't get into them until I spent time with her. And now, like, I can walk into a Wawa, and if I see a bottle of blueberry lemonade, I'm going to grab it. I mean, because that's, it's sweetest too. And, normally, like, when I do grab a lemonade, because I actually stopped drinking soda, cold turkey, back in 2011.
Good, because it's no good for you.
Yeah. But if she didn't notice, as she's been talking, I have an iced coffee to my right with caramel and chocolate syrup in it.
That's just a cup of sugar.
Yeah, that's the only time I have sugar.
It's still, but you know what? You're getting more sugar in that one coffee today than the sugar requirements for probably 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I hate to upset you. There's a second one backup. So, but normally, like now, like you said, unless I go to Dunkin', Dunkin's the only time I get a decaf, and I don't put sugar in it. So that's the only time. Okay. But I'll put. Now they have a mint chocolate chip and a cookie dough flavored swirl. So I put that in there instead. So there's the sugar in that. But normally, like now, in reference to that, like any type, the only sugars I really go, like it says the McDonald's coffees, iced coffees, and the lemonades, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, pineapple. Yes, you have to go to Wawa for a pineapple lemonade. It's really, really good.
I don't drink any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't drink juice. I don't drink any of that.
Yeah.
So
well, I was just saying, in reference to it. So yeah, Wawa gets a free plug out of this today.
Wawa.
Yeah. So when you're ever in Philadelphia, definitely check out a Wawa. Because they have great hoagies as well.
Yeah, I like Wawa. When I'm somewhere on the East Coast, I make sure I check out Wawa.
Yeah,
I like Wawa and Sheetz. Those are I love those places when I'm traveling.
Sheetz is going to be new to me eventually. There's actually one in Bethlehem up near the casino I go to once in a blue moon. So how can people reach out to you, Rhayne, if they're interested in wanting to maybe learn and maybe reach out to you about it?
I'm easy. Prunes Are Sexy. It's PrunesAreSexy.com. It's at Prunes Are Sexy on TikTok, at Prunes Are Sexy on Instagram.
Okay. Give me one moment.
I'm easy to find.
Okay. Well, definitely check her out, folks, because she is the prune lady. So, almost spelled prunes wrong. There we go. Yep. Now it's going sexy wrong while I'm at it. Oh, I'm really good now. All right, give me one moment. Let me bring that up. So definitely on social media at PrunesAreSexy and PrunesAreSexy.com. Rhayne, I apologize. I couldn't come up with anything more.
Okay.
But I thank you so much for coming on the podcast, and definitely check her out. If women, if you feel that you want to improve your life, and you're trying different foods, and I may even suggest this to somebody who was diagnosed with scleroderma. Because this person has a tough time holding things down in reference to regular food. I might suggest this to her tonight.
You got to get your gut in check, because when my gut's off, everything else is crack and burn. Yeah, because she was, like I said, she was diagnosed with scleroderma in 2016, and what it is, it's more of the skin kind of tightening up. Okay. So hopefully, maybe if maybe Prunes could do something to prolong her life a little bit longer. Give her some comfort. It's worth the try, and it's natural. Yeah. Because when we talk and she explains about different things she's eaten, and me, like I said, in reference to me, I mean, I was never a big fan of prunes, so I'm sorry, I'm not gonna endorse. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't mind endorsing prunes for other people, but in my case, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not even a big fan of figs. I love figs. I even have fig trees. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, put strawberries, blueberries, pineapples, maybe mango. I know cantaloupe and watermelon sometimes, which is good for you too. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I mean, I'm not really the hugest fan of watermelon, even though I'll eat it. But definitely strawberries, peaches. Oh my God, put strawberries and peaches in front of me, you ain't gonna see them anymore, because I'll be downing them like nothing. I mean, I'll get a pound and I'll down it within a half hour. Wow. Because they're so good, and especially with this, the seed being the fruit itself. But Rhayne, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You're welcome to come back on if there's anything new that comes up, because I would be happy to help promote you and stuff. But if
if women feel that they need something that could improve their lives, try Prunes.
Try Prunes. Women, men, children, everybody.
Yeah. So definitely check it out. If you need to reach out to Rhayne, like I said, go to our social media at PrunesAreSexy or go to the website PrunesAreSexy.com, and she will be happy to guide you along and give you advice on what's good to go with the prunes.
Absolutely.
And Rhayne, thank you so much again for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Joey.
Thank you so much for watching the Life with Joey Calvo podcast. God bless you all.
Bye now.